Macca's guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here playing Back 4 Blood, and in this video I'm going to show you how to easily grab the Jukebox Hero Achievement / Trophy for defending the Jukebox in Barroom Blitz without it breaking. Now a decent chunk of this guide is just going to be the setup, what you want and what you need in order to get this done. First of all, I am playing in a 2-person online private co-op game with 2 bots. I found that this could be easier than actually doing it with 4 real people, as less zombies spawn and the bots are actually pretty capable. Additionally, for your cards, you'll want some stuff that offers additional offensive inventory items. These are things like pipe bombs and razor wire, which we'll need, and we want to maximize as many as we can bring with us and hold at the same time. Additionally, Hoffman and Walker are probably the best 2 cleaners to choose. And a big significant part of the setup here is the vendor shop near the beginning. You want to maximize your razor wire, have at least like 3 or 4, and maximize your pipe bombs. Also having like 3 or 4 is extremely helpful. While you're here, take advantage of the weapons that spawn in the case on the ground as to not waste money on weapons you don't necessarily need. And if you are just barely missing enough money to get something you want, you can exit the safe room and pick up a couple copper and then come back. Also, if you grab a toolkit, there is always a toolkit office in the back of the bar, which you can then open to get additional Molotov cocktails and weapon upgrades. And you can also upgrade the quality of your pipe bombs if you want. I'm going to put down 4 razor wire here around the jukebox. This pattern maybe isn't the best, but it worked out, so I'll keep it like this. Once I put down all of the razor wire, I'm going to make sure to go behind the bar and pick up as many Molotovs as I can carry. I'm going to use the toolkit on the back room to make sure that I am healed up. And here you can also find some really great weapons and often a stun gun as a just in case, which is also extremely helpful. And then what we're going to do is, as soon as we're ready, we're going to play the jukebox. And from the moment you play the jukebox until the achievement or trophy unlocks, it's about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The setup here itself is pretty self-explanatory. My co-op partner as well as the 2 bots are basically just sitting on the bar countertop, shooting zombies as they come in through the windows. And basically, I'm going to be using my Molotov cocktails in common choke points just to help with managing the zombies and the horde when it gets a little bit overwhelming. If we begin to panic at any point and it seems like we're getting overrun, that is my co-op partner's cue to throw a pipe bomb, which is probably the most useful gadget in the entire game. It's basically a bomb that attracts all of the zombies towards it and then explodes and kills them all. It buys you a lot of time, usually 6 to 8 seconds, and it is extremely useful to get those zombies to not want to hit the jukebox itself. I don't know if you shooting at the jukebox actually damages it, like I did just throw a Molotov at it, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't. What you really want to focus on is the large enemies that come in and explode, or the big arm guy that comes in and smacks the ground. They seem to do the most damage out of all of them. But otherwise, the strategy here is pretty simple. I'm going to be using my gun to get some kills, even though my aim is completely awful, and you can leave a comment down below to remind me of that. I'm sure many people will. But the setup is easy. We wanted that razor wire to help slow them down. We want the Molotovs for the choke points, and we want the pipe bombs when things get a little bit too hectic. The bots should be able to mop up the rest for us when things get a little bit tough. At one point, the song will switch. It sounds like the song's ending after about 2 minutes, and it does end, but then Ace of Spades by Motorhead, of all things, begins playing, which is a YouTube copyright nightmare. I'll probably have to mute it at the end of this video. But after, like I said, 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the jukebox working, the achievement or trophy should unlock, and then you can just end the level. There's also a couple of checkpoint moments in the dialogue if you want to keep up with that. If at any point the jukebox does break, basically the music will stop playing and they'll tell you to fix the jukebox before you can finish the level, and then at that point it would mean you have failed, unfortunately. So at that point you can just practice to see how far you were, or you can just exit out and try again. A lot of this is also luck in terms of what ends up showing up at the vendor shop at the beginning of the mission. If you do get things like upgrading the razor wire, upgrading your pipe bombs, you definitely want to buy that. Whereas if you get something like upgrading your health kit, it is a lot less useful and something you really don't want to spend money on. You can do this in 4-person co-op, feel free to try. I found it personally harder that way. And if you do it in single player, I believe the achievement or trophy doesn't unlock, as most don't in solo. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. A super special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. And hopefully, I see you soon. Peace.